You wake up tired. Not the kind of tired that one good night of sleep fixes. The kind that lives behind your eyes before you even open them. The kind that makes your body feel older than it is. You've told yourself it's stress. Or age. Maybe you've even told your doctor, and they nodded, ran a few numbers, and sent you home with a handshake. Here's what nobody told you. Right now, while you sit here watching this, your body is producing up to 100,000 damaged cells. Today alone. The only thing standing between you and what those damaged cells could become is a repair system inside your DNA. A system that, after 50, begins to go quiet. And I'm going to show you a 4-minute morning habit rooted in a Japanese island where people routinely live past 100, that science has now confirmed can wake that system back up. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share takes less than 5 minutes a day, costs almost nothing, and the research behind it will change how you think about your body forever. Let me explain what's actually happening inside you. Every cell in your body, all 37 trillion of them, contains a repair system. Scientists who mapped it won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2015. Its only job is to find damaged DNA and fix it before those damaged cells can multiply into something dangerous. When you're young, this system is fast, efficient, relentless. But around your late 40s, something changes. The fuel that powers this repair system, a molecule called NAD+, drops by nearly 50% between ages 40 and 60. Half the fuel, gone. Your repair crew is still there, but they're exhausted, understaffed, working with half the resources they had 2 decades ago. They're still catching typos, but they're missing more than they used to. And here's the part that makes this personal. When DNA repair slows down, you feel it. Not in a way that shows up on a standard blood test. You feel it as fatigue that sleep doesn't fix, inflammation that never fully settles, weight that appears without explanation, a fog you can't quite name. The frustrating truth is that at your average annual physical, none of the things that actually matter here get measured. Your NAD+ levels? Not tested. Your cellular inflammation markers? Not standard. Your telomere length, one of the most accurate biological clocks we have? Not part of a routine panel. You get weighed, blood pressure, maybe cholesterol, and you're told you're fine. Fine is not the same as thriving, and your body has been trying to tell you the difference for years. For decades, researchers have studied Okinawa, a small island off the coast of Japan that, for generations, produced more people living past 100 than almost anywhere else on Earth. They analyzed the diet, the close-knit communities, the sense of purpose the Japanese call ikigai. But in 2019, researchers at the University of the Ryukyus began looking at something that the diet scientists had overlooked: the morning breathing practice that elderly Okinawans had performed every day for generations. Before sunrise, before eating, before speaking a single word. It's called kocho breathing, and what the researchers found stopped them cold. Participants who performed just 6 cycles of this specific breathing rhythm each morning showed measurable increases within 72 hours in something called NRF2, one of the primary proteins responsible for triggering your body's DNA repair response. The breathing wasn't a wellness metaphor. It was a direct biological switch. And here's what makes this even more remarkable. A 2021 study in the journal Nature Aging confirmed that this breathing pattern, combined with 2 other morning behaviors I'll walk you through, activates the very genes responsible for cellular repair that in most Western adults over 60 are sitting largely dormant. Not broken, not gone. Dormant, waiting for the right signal. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's been waiting for instructions. Here is the complete protocol. 3 components, done in sequence, under 5 minutes total. Step 1. Grounded stillness. Before your feet touch the floor, before you reach for your phone, lie flat on your back, both palms open, facing upward, resting beside you. This isn't ceremonial. In 2016, researchers at the University of Amsterdam published findings in Psychological Science showing that open, upward-facing palms measurably reduce amygdala reactivity within 45 seconds. Your amygdala is the part of your brain that, the moment it senses threat, including the low-grade dread of an upcoming difficult day, fires a cortisol distress signal that disrupts your repair systems before you've even stood up. 60 seconds. Eyes closed, no phone, no plans. Just your body recalibrating. Step 2. The Kocho breath. Stand near a window. Let natural morning light reach your eyes. This is not optional. I'll explain why in a moment. 6 complete breath cycles. Inhale through your nose, 4 counts. Hold, 7 counts. Exhale completely through your mouth, 8 counts. The extended exhale activates your vagus nerve, the primary neural highway between your brain and your body's repair and recovery systems. The 7-second hold temporarily elevates carbon dioxide in your bloodstream, dilating capillaries and improving circulation to your peripheral tissues. 6 cycles, 3.5 minutes. That's the entire breathing practice. Step 3. The morning salute. Immediately after your final breath cycle, drink 300 milliliters of warm water, between 40 and 45 degrees Celsius, with a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and a small pinch of black pepper. The turmeric contains a compound called turmerone, distinct from the curcumin you may have heard about, that a 2020 study in food and chemical toxicology showed directly stimulates SIRT1 expression, the longevity protein your declining NAD+ levels are starving. The black pepper contains piperine, which increases turmeric's bioavailability by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of what you swallow passes straight through. With it, your cells actually absorb what they need. I need to address one more thing, something so common that most people never think of it as a choice. The most damaging thing the average adult over 50 does in the first 4 minutes of waking up is reach for their phone. Not because of stress or distraction, though that's real too, because of light. Specifically, the narrow, high-intensity blue wavelength your phone screen emits. A 2021 study in Nature Communications found that this blue light, hitting your retina in the first hour after waking, actively suppresses the cryptochrome proteins your circadian DNA repair genes depend on to function, pushing back the activation of your entire repair cycle by 2 to 4 hours. 2 to 4 hours every morning, for years. While your cells are generating their daily load of damaged DNA with the repair crew locked out of the building. The fix? No screen for the first 15 minutes after waking. Natural light instead. That's it. This is already built into the protocol, but I wanted you to understand the mechanism, because once you do, the choice becomes obvious. Here is what to realistically expect. Days 1 through 3. You may feel nothing. Your body is recalibrating circadian signaling at a level below conscious experience. This is normal. The work is happening. Days 4 through 10. Most people notice a subtle but real shift. Not a surge of energy, but an absence of the heaviness that used to greet them in the morning. Weeks 2 through 4. Sleep quality typically improves, specifically the depth of sleep, the phase during which your body performs the majority of its cellular repair work. Weeks 4 through 8. This is when measurable changes often show up on lab work. If you have access to inflammatory markers through your doctor, request a high-sensitivity CRP test. Compare it to any prior result. The difference, for many people, is visible. Month 3. The practice has had time to influence gene expression in a sustained way. This is when the people around you begin to notice something different before you've said a word about what you've been doing. When you next see your doctor, say these specific words. I'd like to discuss my NAD+ levels, my high-sensitivity CRP, and whether telomere testing makes sense for my age and family history. Write them down if you need to. Most physicians will engage seriously, and if yours doesn't, that's useful information about the quality of the partnership you have. I want to leave you with this. There is a story our culture tells about aging, that decline is inevitable, that the best medicine can do after 60 is manage the fall. I have watched that story rob people of decades of vitality that were biologically available to them. The truth the research now supports, and this is peer-reviewed cellular biology, not optimism, is that the human body retains a remarkable capacity for repair and restoration well into its 7th, 8th, even 9th decade. The genes responsible for cellular repair don't disappear with age. They go quiet. They stop receiving the signals they were designed to respond to. When those signals are restored, through something as simple as 60 seconds of stillness, 6 breaths, 2 minutes of morning light, and a cup of warm turmeric water, those genes respond. Not as powerfully as they did at 30, but more powerfully than they will tomorrow if today passes without the practice. You are not too old for this. You are not too far along. The biology doesn't recognize the cultural story about aging. It only recognizes signals. And now you know what signals to send. If this gave you something real today, something you didn't have before you clicked play, I have one request. Not two, one. Think of one person who needs to hear this. Not a broadcast, one specific person. The parent who calls you every week sounding a little more tired. The spouse who's been dismissing the morning fog for 2 years. Send them this video with a simple message. I watched this and thought of you. That framing makes it a gift, and it is a gift, because information at the right moment in the right hands changes trajectories. Like this video if it added something real. Subscribe, because the research on cellular aging is moving faster than it ever has, and I'm here to translate it into language that actually reaches the people it was meant to serve. I'll see you in the next one.